Hey guys, it's Hunter. Welcome back to another video. Just a quick one today. I've got a couple of boxes in the kitchen. There may or may not be some guitars inside. Let's open them up together and take a closer look. Alright, so we got two big boxes today. Sorry for all the background noise. That's my dishwasher because we're literally in my kitchen right now. Alright, first box. Let's go with this big one right here. Right, Prinkle? She doesn't care. What is this box though? Like either this is the world's largest guitar, or there's a ton of case goodies, or they've just gone super excessive for no reason. Let's open it up and find out. I do like that logo. It's cheesy, but it's fun. Yes, so this is a Donner guitar. I haven't checked out a Donner product in a long time. As it says on the box, they actually started in mini pedals, which is what I know them for. Like, I don't know how many people are still here from like the early days, but when this channel first started, it was very affordable pedal heavy in terms of content. Because at the time, I wanted to do weekly videos, but of course, when you've got less than 1,000 subscribers, nobody wanted to send you anything. And the only new stuff I could afford every week was like a pedal. And actually Donner does some really good ones. Like their flanger was my favorite. I had a ton of fun with that. I'll leave a link to that in the description if you want to check that out. But in the meantime, why are we talking about pedals? We have this guitar right here. Boom, there it is. Affordable single cut, let's go. So this is their DLP model. I wonder what that could stand for. And on Amazon, it goes for $169. Nice. Kind of. You know, lately I've been covering some pretty pricey gear because sometimes I like to be bougie, but let's not forget our roots. A big part of this channel is kind of maximizing every dollar for your gear. And as part of that, I feel like it's important to check out the brands on Amazon, you know, because there's like a ton of brands on Amazon now that are selling cheap guitars. A lot of them, they come and they go, but we need to figure out which ones are actually good and which ones are trash, not worth your time. Clary. This one has potential though. I mean, it's a decent weight. The neck feels really good. It's not ultra dry like you get on a lot of super cheap import guitars. Oh, thank goodness, QC passed. The shape of the neck is actually really nice too. It reminds me of like ESP's Thin U. These tuners look, I don't know, Godot inspired? Are they good? Oh no, they're shit. Wow, there's a lot of jumpiness and looseness going on here. Okay, well, you know what? It's not a $3,000 guitar, so, we move. Some real interesting texture with the bobbins here. Haven't seen it before. I mean, it's kind of cool. I do have to give them solid props for the headstock, though. Like, obviously, if you're using the Gibson headstock, their lawyers are coming straight for you and you're screwed. So to design something that looks inspired, but at the same time not tacky or not cheesy, that's really difficult. I mean, that's something that a lot of companies get horribly wrong. The one Donner's gone with, it's very utilitarian. It's not super interesting, but it just works. So props to Donner because that's something that a lot of companies get very, very wrong. That and the body shape, like a lot of companies make the horn cutaway super ugly. Again, Donner's done a decent job. Another eyesore for bolt-ons is when the neck and the body aren't flush, but for a very inexpensive guitar, they've done a great job here. I also love this neck plate. Looks classy, designed in Tennessee, so I guess they've got an American partner. Let me just get my oily ass fingerprints all over this before doing the B-roll. I also love how they include an instrument cable and a strap. I mean, even Epiphone doesn't do that. And actually, like, a not terrible gig bag, too. The padding is, I don't know, maybe half a centimeter. So, I mean, obviously, don't throw it around. But this is a hell of a lot better than, like, the super thin, water-resistant, raincoat style like guitar ponchos that come with other cheap guitars like Glary's. For negatives, I mean, honestly, the setup is pretty trash. Like, look how high that action is. Fingerboard is very dry. That's okay. It was probably sitting in a warehouse for a while. The frets could use some polishing too. But overall, given the context of the price, what you're getting, and the neck, I mean, this is super nice. That's always the key factor for me with cheap guitars. So far, it's got a seal of approval. This has high integrity potential. Just throw in like 600 bucks worth of upgrades and you got yourself a guitar. Nah, I'm playing. I'm actually pretty excited to demo this guitar. Like, I really, really do like that neck. Next box. Yo, this is actually a double though, so this should be fun. Still not interested. She's still working on it. You do you, Pringle. Live your best life. so 10S said they were sending a surprise, and wow. So this is a single pickup version of their GF Modern. Don't mind this, I was doing a project earlier, you see all about this later. Satin pink finish, black hardware on the shell pink is looking kind of mean. And this is kind of like a semi-modern take on a classic single humbucker Les Paul Custom. So we got the ebony board, extra jumbo frets, actual mother of pearl inlays, got a little fish logo here, Grover tuners, volutes, fairly thin neck shape as well. So this is kind of like a pink one humbucker version of the 70s Les Paul Customs that I really like. Gotta be honest, it's nice for what it is. It doesn't really capture what I love about 10S guitars though. So here, I brought this older one out for comparison. This is another 10S, and I absolutely love this guitar. And yeah, you can see the color's a little different, but overall they look very, very similar. Now the reason I love this one though is because it legitimately feels like an older Les Paul, but for like 400, 500 bucks. So I mean, again, you've got like the ebony board, proper mother of pearl inlays, but rather than satin, this has a thin nitro finish. So it's kind of got that Vintera road worn vibe, but for single cuts, which nobody else does in that $500 price range. I mean, maybe there are other brands, but I'm not aware of them. And I know not everyone's into the Relic finishes, but a side effect of that artificial aging is that the fingerboard edges are better rounded. On this one, they haven't been rounded nearly as much. Yeah, I mean, the modern one is really cool. I mean, who else is making a guitar like this? Modern single cut with a bone nut, ebony board, mother of pearl inlays, satin pink finish. But to me, it doesn't really capture what I really love about 10S guitars. And that's that amazing vintage nitro feel for 500 bucks. Again, still cool, but let's see what's in the other box though. Oh, nice. Okay, so same vibe. Gold hardware instead, though. Yeah, I mean, this looks so much cooler in my opinion. Not sure what's going on with this massive nut shelf, though. What do you guys like better, black headstock or matching headstock? Not gonna lie, I'm kind of partial to this matching headstock. Again, Grover tuners, Mola Mola, the volute. Really appreciate 10S doing this, so it was really cool. But yeah, other than that, seems like the same vibe. It's a satin finish, slightly thinner neck. You know what? Just because I'm curious, let's plug it in and see how the GF Modern compares to the GF Vintage. I have a strong feeling I'm gonna prefer the Vintage, but I mean, the Modern does look pretty sick. This pickup is like really hot. Yeah, I mean, this is fun for what it is, for sure. I mean, this feels like a $600, $700 guitar, and it costs $400, $500. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering what I'm using for tones, that's the brand new SLO 100 plugin from Neural DSP. What, you thought you could get through one guitar video on YouTube today without hearing about the new Neural DSP plugin? Get out of here. I do think it's a lot of fun though. They're not sponsoring this video or anything, but there's a free trial, so I mean, like, check it out. Or don't, whatever. As I said, they're not sponsoring this video. Yeah, I mean, there's like a couple of differences I can already tell. Like, the satin finish doesn't feel as nice as the aged nitro to me. On the Modern, since they haven't aged it, the fingerboard binding seems less rounded. You know, they haven't built it to feel played in already. The nut seems pretty wide as well for that Modern feel. It doesn't really feel like a traditional Les Paul. And the satin finish feels like what you'd find on any other modern guitar. And I think that kind of sums this guitar up. I mean, 10S has done a good job. It overall feels like a lot of other modern guitars. Every time I pick this guitar up, I'm blown away by how much personality it has. Like, in terms of vibe and how it feels to play, this is very, very similar to my 72 Les Paul Custom. This is a slightly thicker neck. It's got traditional Alnico 2 pickups. In my 72, I've got the Will Adler Fishman set, which is not very traditional. But in terms of like the nitro, how played in the fingerboard feels, this is as close to a 40-year-old Gibson as you're gonna get for 500 bucks. But yeah, I mean, this just has a ton of personality. The other ones, I mean, obviously I appreciate 10S sending them out for us to check out together. I've been getting a lot of questions about how the GF Moderns compare to the traditional ones. My initial impressions are, for the money, the Moderns are really good. but the vintage ones are something special. So that'll do it for this video. Those are the new guitars that are in the studio. Videos coming soon. Make sure you subscribe, got the bell ticked, blah blah blah, YouTube things. I like doing these short behind the scenes videos from time to time. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If not, yeah, sorry you had a bad time. Social media, merch, and Discord server links are in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching. You've been awesome, and I'll see you for the next video. And I can't remember what it is or when it's coming out, but yeah, see you there.